back. So today I want to talk about the Sbox. I am obsessed with this thing, so I had to make a video about this because I'm just fascinated by it. I am not in any way sponsored by the Sbox. I'm just obsessed with it. I think it's the real deal. Unlike other things that claim to sort of facilitate spirit communication, things like apps, I don't think they're the real deal at all. But this, I've heard a lot of really convincing things come through it, not just with what I've done with it, but with other people's investigations as well. And I think people should know about this. Like, if there's a device that can talk to non-human intelligences, like, I feel people should know. So I thought I'll try and do a video just sort of explaining the Sbox, or at least explaining as much as I know about the Sbox, as I'm still figuring all this out. But yeah, and then trying to sort of make some sense out of what the heck is going on here. So I asked ChatGPT, I asked, how is the Sbox spirit box understood to work? And this is what ChatGPT has to say about it. The Sbox spirit box is a device used by paranormal investigators to attempt to communicate with spirits. It scans radio frequencies at a high speed, generating white noise and snippets of audio. Here's a breakdown of how it's understood to work and why some believe it can facilitate spirit communication. 1. Radio frequency sweeping. Oh, by the way, we will test this at the end to sort of see if we can test some of my theories with it. The Sbox scans through AM or FM radio frequencies at a fast pace, creating a continuous stream of white noise and short bursts of audio from various radio stations. These snippets are brief due to the fast sweep rate, up to 19 channels per second, which prevents any single station from coming through clearly. Paranormal investigators believe that spirits can manipulate this white noise and radio fragments to form words or phrases using the sounds that come through to communicate. I just want to make a point there, because I will carry on with this. But because people say, oh, it's just a radio basically, and it's just picking up snippets of radio. I don't disagree. I think that's what it does, but it's the relevance of those snippets that is what's really amazed me, how it so frequently answers questions. People could say it's pareidolia, but then I think things like I have the Spirit Talker app. I'm not remotely convinced by it. I think that is pareidolia when people use that, because it's all random. You can ask, I never heard anyone have a single sort of intelligent conversation through the Spirit Talker app, but I've heard it many, many times on this, and in the few times that I've used it as well. So I think it may well be radio snippets, but that's not to say that it's out of the power of spirits or disembodied whatever to be able to manipulate that. So I think that is what's going on. And I mean, mad as it sounds, we don't know what's possible outside of the physical matter of a human body, do we? NDEs are really interesting, near-death experiences, if you've ever looked into those. Some of the things people report who have been, clinically dead and then brought back to life. They often talk about time being completely different, like they talk about being able to see 360 degrees. They say that they feel they've been away for hours, for a really long time, when they've only been like dead for 10 minutes and then revived back to life. So who's to say that, time doesn't operate differently for spirits, and maybe they can use that to kind of manipulate things like this. Like, it seems like it's going really fast to us, but who knows how it's being. I'm just trying to explain it really. It's hard to like wrap our head around something like this. Okay, where was it? 2. Random versus intentional communication. Skeptics argue that any perceived messages are coincidental or are a result of pareidolia, the human tendency to find patterns or familiar sounds in random noise. On the other hand, believers in paranormal phenomena suggest that specific responses to direct questions indicate intentional communication. They interpret coherent phrases or relevant answers as evidence of a spirit's influence over the radio sweep. Well, I mean, what are coherent phrases or relevant answers if not intelligent communication? It's like you can't get coherent phrases and relevant answers from a random word generator, because it just doesn't do it. I mean, I'm gonna keep bashing the apps throughout this video, and yeah, here I go. I mean, the apps don't do this. Like, they will just fling out words, often with like a sort of haunted house kind of paranormal vibe, and you sort of hear investigators kind of going along with whatever it's saying, but it's not responding back, whereas this thing does. 3. Recording and playback. Oh, this is important. The Sbox Spirit Box includes a recording function, which lets users record both the audio and any voices picked up during a session. This allows for later analysis where users may slow down or amplify sounds to better discern possible messages. So yeah, if you are thinking of getting one of these, I definitely recommend buying separately the SD card. That doesn't come with it, but it has been so useful. On my last investigation, I recorded it and I picked up so much more afterwards. So I'm definitely going to be recording absolutely everything through this from now on. That there is the record button. You just hit that when you switch it on and then it'll tell you that it's recording. But yeah, it's quite difficult, as you'll see later when I test it out, to kind of pick up what it's saying. But when you go back and listen with headphones, you can replay it over and over again. And yeah, you pick up so much more. And things that are answering as well, which is always kind of like, wow, when that comes up. 4. Theories on spirit communication. Some proponents theorise that spirits can manipulate electrical energy, which allows them to influence the device and use it as a communication tool. This concept is similar to how some believe spirits can manipulate electromagnetic fields, EMF. Again, we don't know what spirits are capable of outside of a human body. We have to be open-minded to this, I think. 5. Use in paranormal investigations. The Sbox is commonly used in conjunction with other investigative tools such as EMF detectors to provide additional context to the result. If a voice or message coincides with EMF spikes, for example, investigators might see it as corroborative evidence, which makes sense. I mean, EMF, I went round 2 abandoned churches recently and it just stayed on green the whole time. So, but then I was getting intelligent responses through an EMF in Wetherspoons, but then you've got electrical, you've got, Wi-Fi and all that. So I still don't quite know what to make of that. That was a weird one. Yeah, these are in my other vlogs if you're curious. While some users find the Sbox Spirit Box compelling in their paranormal investigations, it remains a controversial device, does it? The scientific community generally attributes any perceived communication to chance, audio matrixing and suggestibility rather than to paranormal causes. Well, I mean, how much research is the scientific community really doing into things like this? I would say probably not a lot. I think there's been a lot of mockery and a lot of fakery, and I think it's all kind of contributed to people not wanting to go near this kind of thing with a barge pole in terms of serious scientific investigation, which I think is a shame. I think, you know, it's one of the most important questions of our time, isn't it, really? Do we live on after death? And I'm surprised sometimes at the lack of curiosity. I think we're all going to die and we're all going to lose loved ones. And, you know, if there is technology that can communicate, then I just think that should be looked into. We kind of, you know, that would be massive, like, world news, wouldn't it, if you could prove the existence of a soul? Like, that would be huge. Yeah, I think I've covered everything I want to say before starting this. I do have a list of questions for actually, because I'm going to give this a test. I have been trying it in my front room and sometimes nothing at all comes through, which is interesting because, like with the apps, you never get nothing. You always get something and it's always like weird creepy stuff. So my house isn't haunted, it's 20 years old. The land before this was farmland. There is nothing weird going on in my house, but I have had stuff come through this that seems friendly and positive, like very positive. So I don't know. I did ask once, like, are you my spirit guides? And it said we are, so I don't know. This is the thing, we don't know what we're communicating with, so we do have to be careful. But the only time I've ever had like slightly weird stuff coming through was when I've been, you know, out in a churchyard and things like that. I've not had much chance to test it yet, and I really can't wait to, so expect a lot of vlogs with this thing in. Okay, let's get into it because I'm keen to start now. Okay. So they say not to extend the aerial too much because apparently it picks up more. I don't know. I kind of just have it like that. You've got a little volume thing on the top there because it is loud, but you can like turn that down. and the record button, really important we hit that. Other than that, it's really easy to operate, so switch it on.
Sbox. Scanning FM.
And then you have to hit this one here, and I'm going to hit record. So yeah, it says SD, so we know it's recording. Here we go, it's got it. Is there anyone here with me? Is there anybody here? Very quiet. Oh, there's something there. Okay, I'll go back and listen to this. Okay, I'm going to get straight into the questions. What did I see in the sky last night? That was weird. What did I see in the sky? Can you tell me? Okay. Do you find this difficult to use? I'm very quiet. Or is it easy? So quiet today. We don't want to be on YouTube. We're not going to be on YouTube. We were quite chatty the other day. Anybody here? I heard something then. I can't hear it in real time. I have to go back. What happens when we die? So quiet today. It's really quiet. It's really not saying much today. They don't want to be on YouTube, maybe. In the last time I used this, right before I went, I was at this church and it said help us. And the next question I want to ask is, why do so many spirits seem to ask for help through these devices? Why do they ask for help? We help? Did that say? Official. Next question was going to be, how can the living help them? Can we help at all? Is there anything the living can do to help? Is there anything we need to be careful of? I'm holding it so I can hear it better. Did you nope very quietly then? I've got to listen to this back. What do you think of this device? What do you... Oh, I missed that. Can you speak really loudly and clearly for me, please? What do you think of this device? I think it's great. I'm obsessed with it. Is this the future? Are these things going to become popular in the future? catch it. I can't catch it. Okay, I'm gonna go now because I think I'm gonna have better luck transcribing this and putting the subtitles up. Okay, thank you for talking to me. What's your name? Do you have a name? Okay, well thank you for talking to me. I'm gonna go now. Anything else you want to say? It's really quiet. It's really quiet at home. I keep talking over it. What do you speak? Okay. Bye. Yeah, so I hope that basically kind of explains a bit about what it does, what it sounds like. Yeah, I think I have a lot more questions than answers still when it comes to this. So if you want to get one, they are a bit pricey. This one cost me about £100. I would say don't buy them in October, which of course is the month this vlog is coming out, because Halloween, they whack the prices up. These were like £150 this time last October. They're a bit less now, but if you wait a few months, do what I did, buy it in June, get it knocked down in price. Because it is steep, but at the same time I'd rather pay the money for something that works than pay £5 for an app that doesn't. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think they work? Have you used these? Are you convinced? Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting. So I hope to do a lot more vlogs out and about with this kind of thing. Yeah, see what I get. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this, do like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm a brand new channel, so it really helped me out. So thank you very much. And yeah, love and light to you all. Stay curious. Bye.